Rick was accidentally bitten by a dragonfly. The very next second he began to mutate. Sharp barbs grew out of the palm of his hand. Rick panicked and rushed to wash his hands, but then the person he slammed into was the bully who always picked on him. Rick tried to blame it on Dobby standing nearby, but the sink was stuck tightly to his hand. The angry bully wanted to teach him a lesson, but every punch the bully threw looked like it was in slow motion to Rick. Rick easily dodged every hit. Dobby, watching from the side, praised Rick for being amazing, just as Rick was getting full of himself. Rick shook off his clothes and tried to run away. He ran straight into a female teacher. Unluckily, his hand stuck to the teacher's clothes and would not come off. Rick stood up and pulled hard. Because of the momentum, he crashed into a wheelchair behind him. The person in the wheelchair plunged headfirst into a beehive. The scene fell into chaos as bees swarmed everywhere. Rick realized he had caused trouble and immediately fled. When he got home, Rick became extremely weak. A huge pus-filled boil appeared on his neck. He staggered as he walked and could barely stand. He went back to his room without thinking and passed out. When he woke up, 5 days had already passed, and the huge boil had completely disappeared. Rick thought back on what happened and found it strange. On his way to school, he passed a small alley. He glanced at his hand, walked up to a wall and prepared to climb it with his bare hands. To his surprise, he climbed up effortlessly. While Rick was resting, he heard shouting from the street. He leaned out and saw a car whose brakes had failed. An elderly woman was crossing the road with her pet behind it. Neither side had time to get out of the way. At that moment, Rick stepped in. He rushed forward and pushed the old woman aside. Car parts flew everywhere. Bystanders immediately rushed over to check. Strangely, Rick was completely unharmed. The crowd said Rick had saved the old woman's life.
Guess if I hadn't pushed her out of the way, she would have died.
One man said Rick should be proud of himself. A woman praised Rick as a hero, but Rick fled in guilt. Everyone watched Rick with admiration. When he got home, he caught a flying nail with his bare hand. His uncle was shocked and asked how he did it. Rick told his uncle he had superpowers. His uncle asked how he got them. Rick admitted it was from being bitten by a dragonfly. His uncle remembered that dragonfly skin is extremely tough, so he grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed at Rick. To his surprise, the knife bent. Dobby thought Rick could build a team with his powers. That way he could make a fortune. But Rick felt none of this was what he wanted. His uncle told him this was what his parents would have wanted.
You're not my father.
But I love you like your father did. I believe in you like your father did. I had sex with your mother just like your father did.
You'll never understand me. Never.